Welcome to Colorize Pro, a significant upgrade from the original Colorize software. We've expanded our workflows and added advanced tools to help you achieve a professional standard in your texturing workflow. We're not just working with solid color palettes anymore. Instead, we're opening the door to limitless creativity. First, let's talk about the new patterned palette support. With this feature, you no longer need to clean patterns manually, which was once a tedious process. You can now use advanced cleaning algorithms to work with both clean and dirty patterned palettes. The cleaning process is automatic, thanks to new pattern processing algorithms that keep patterns intact and ready for editing. So, even if you're handling intricate designs, Colorize Pro makes customization effortless. Take this tank, for example. It consists of solid color regions and patterned regions like the camouflage pattern. Just look at how easily we're able to process this texture using our new algorithm, which can discern between the patterns and solid regions. On top of that, it can automatically clean up noise colors produced by anti-aliasing, smoothing, and compression algorithms. And just like that, it's ready for editing. We've added segmentation and consolidation tools that give you more control than ever before. You can unlink patterns, even if they share the same color, achieving an unprecedented level of precision and control. We're excited to reveal this next feature, gradient palette support. It allows you to repaint and modify gradient regions effortlessly, unlocking new model types that weren't previously available for editing within Unity. Similar to the pattern workflow, we've added a gradient detection algorithm that helps auto-assign the bounds for each gradient region while still offering manual oversight. Let's focus on this dragon model. It uses a gradient palette texture, and we could easily identify the gradient bounds using the default processing settings. Now, we can override the palette with a different gradient, convert it to a solid, or even inject a pattern if desired. Pretty cool, right? Well, guess what? You can also easily convert solid color palettes into gradients. Take a look at this sword that uses a solid color palette. Despite this, we can process it using the gradient workflow. This leads to a hybrid workflow where you can convert selected regions into gradients, add patterns, or keep them as solid. There's nothing stopping you from mixing and matching to best suit your style. And this feature is a big deal because it drastically increases the number of assets available for your art style. Assets that were once incompatible with your style can now become compatible. So, how do we inject patterns? You can inject patterns into any region of solid or gradient palettes using our pattern-generating algorithms or by adding your own pattern textures. And that's not all. You can also add emissions and metallic reflections to patterns, enhancing their visual impact. Isn't that neat? Furthermore, if you have an OpenAI account, you can use our optional integration with OpenAI to inject AI-generated patterns directly within the Colorize editor. Of course, we plan to include integration with Unity Muse, so stay tuned for that one. However, please keep in mind that these AI-generated features are just a tiny bonus brought to you by popular demand from our users, and you can do everything this asset has to offer without them. With this new gradient workflow, we've introduced a way to enhance your textures with gradient metallic reflections. Say hello to more dynamic and visually appealing surfaces that catch the light just right. As we focus on this sword, you can see how metallic reflections can be applied gradually instead of uniformly. This approach is very handy when you're trying to emphasize a sharp edge, like the blade of a sword, enhancing the realism and visual appeal of your design. We can employ similar logic to gradient emissions too. Notice how you can apply emissions that gradually dissipate. With gradient emissions, you can create a glowing effect that starts intensely at the hilt and then fades as it approaches the tip of this blade. We've also expanded compatibility with two new add-ons, Colorize HD and Colorize 2D. These comprehensive texture processing tools open up opportunities to work beyond palette textures. For more details, check their respective asset pages. With multi-object editing, you have several options, but the general idea is that if objects share the same material, they can all be edited simultaneously. This is especially handy when dealing with modular armor sets or a whole forest, so you can paint the entire set in one go. Although it was originally designed for solid color palettes, this feature also works with most of our new workflows. Now, with the original Colorize software, most work was done in individual painting mode, which provides full control over individual color regions. However, we've since added an advanced group painting mode. This will let you organize and categorize your color groups for global adjustments or focus on specific regions with precision. Grouping can be done manually using the many grouping algorithms provided in the Colorize interface, or automatically, depending on compatibility. As you can see, because of how this armor set was configured, Colorize could automatically group all the colors based on each object by default. This grouping was possible because none of the items share colors with each other. However, you can rearrange the groups any way you like, and we've provided several ways to do this. But let's not linger on these minor details. Let's move on to saving. We've added many quality-of-life tools like our Save Instances tool. This tool doesn't just save your current texture, it also saves the state of your main texture, metallic and reflection textures, and emission texture simultaneously. Plus, it saves the state of Colorize and all your presets in that instance, so you can continue exactly where you left off. We've also added a way to save your own custom palettes, or the current palette of your model. This way, you can use the same palette across different items and projects. These palettes can even be exported and imported between projects to help you keep a consistent theme if that's your goal. Once you've saved a custom palette, you can load and use it through the Advanced Painting tool. Let's load the last 3 palettes we just saved. First, the Black Gold palette. Next, the Rose Gold palette. And finally, the Blood Gold palette. Please note, you don't have to randomize the painting mode. You can always use these in manual painting mode too. We provide over 250 theme-based palettes, and we plan to add more in the future. Let's take a look at some of them. Here are some themes based on anatomy. Wait, no. We don't really need this for our model, considering the anatomy is completely covered with armor. How about nature and ecology? Let's try the general nature theme and experiment with some shades of greens and browns. Not quite what we're looking for. Perhaps a more swampy feel would suit this armor set better. Yes, I like it, but let's experiment some more. How about a frozen theme? No, not my style. Let's try volcanic ash. That sounds powerful indeed. Wow, now this I can work with. Okay, so what if you can't find the palette you're looking for? Well, we are constantly working to expand our palette collection beyond the initial 250. And if you're still not happy with our collection, consider trying our AI-based palette generation feature. Remember, you'll need an OpenAI account for this too. Simply describe the theme of the palette you want, specify the size, or even mix 2 different themes. Hit Generate, and a new palette tailored to your specifications will be created each time. That is the power of AI-generated palettes. And of course, if you discover a palette you love, you can save it to your custom palettes for future use. Okay, so you can make your own palettes, but you don't have an eye for which colors work well together? We've got you covered with our new built-in color theory tool, providing you with 10 different color theory algorithms. These algorithms suggest colors that work well with the ones you've already chosen based on principles of human perception and the relationships between hues. They consider factors like complementary colors, analogous harmonies, and triadic schemes to create palettes that appeal to the eye. By leveraging the psychology of color and how our brains perceive different combinations, these tools help you build attractive and harmonious color schemes. Even though these skills are gained through years of experience working with colors, with these tools, you won't need that expertise to achieve beautiful results. Beyond that, Colorize Pro includes cutting-edge tools like color diffusion painting, auto-cleaning algorithms, color rearrangement tools, and injection tools to keep your workflow efficient and adaptable. With precision tools for every step, you'll have everything you need to bring your creative vision to life. There's so much more that we can't possibly cover all in one video, and yet Colorize is still in active development. Join us now as an early adopter and help us grow Colorize to suit your needs based on your feedback. Together, we'll create a tool that empowers you to unleash your full artistic potential. Our goal is to make Colorize unrivaled in iteration speeds, level of control, and production quality, not just in Unity, but industry-wide.